Also, this is the photo of the man whom the Federal Bureau of Hunters believe is the prime suspect. Huh?
If this is some kind of joke, you won't make it out of here alive.
Don't! Stand back. The man in the photo emerged from a dungeon, so he might not be the person you're thinking of.
Dungeon?
The mana waves he emitted were like those of a magic beast, and he also attacked one of our S-rank hunters out of nowhere. Do you remember the explosion that went off at Bureau's headquarters a few months ago? I'm talking about the incident that had the whole world talking.
Are you saying that was my father's doing?
He disappeared after knocking out our hunters, and since then, we've been searching for him behind closed...
I believe it was the obvious choice.
But isn't Ajin basically a one-person guild?
Yes, but in this case, that one person is Sung Jinwoo. If we define a guild member as someone who belongs to a guild and can be mobilized for battle, then Sung Jinwoo already has hundreds of guild members. As someone who has witnessed his capabilities firsthand on several different occasions, including during the Jeju Island incident, I believe the Ajin Guild would give any guild in the world a run for their money.
Still from the perspective of the Hunters Guild, who has represented Korea every year in the guild conference, I can't help but think that you aren't happy about this.
Of course, I'm disappointed that our trip to the States fell through. I even had my passport renewed. But I feel more proud than disappointed. We now have a hunter who won't hesitate to take the front lines if we ever come face to face with a beast we can't handle. In fact, my guild members and I only made it back alive because of Sung Jinwoo's help. So I'm genuinely proud he was chosen as South Korea's representative.
Well, then I should head back to Japan to wrap things up. Oh, wait. An hour and 54 minutes, huh? What should I do for the next 2 hours? Now that I have some free time, I'm not sure what to do with it. I don't even have someone to call. Maybe I should try looking for a dungeon that hasn't been claimed yet.
It's quiet. Too quiet. A wine glass broke, but I didn't hear anything. What's going on? Who's there?
If you need help, call this number. Go Gun-hee, the chairman of the Korean Hunters Association, will put you in touch with him.
Did he foresee this? Who are you guys?
You will gain nothing from trying to go easy on the humans. Oh, fragment of brilliant light.
A beast language? What the hell are you talking about?
Shh. I wasn't talking to you. It was meant for the one up there who's connected to you.
Do I look like a joke to you? At least one of you will die at my hands today.
Spiritual body manifestation.
By a mere human.
Die, you damn beasts!
All these people are gathered here today just to catch a glimpse of you, Mr. Sung. Although we don't have an exact number, we think there are over 100,000 people lined up along the streets.
I guess this is my last day in Japan.
My king, your subjects are here to pay their sincere respects. Perhaps you should acknowledge them by raising your hand.
You've got it all wrong, Beru. What are the chances of sitting next to a familiar face on a plane? Are you going to argue that this is just a coincidence?
It would be great if you thought that, but I know you won't believe me.
So we meet again, Mr. Adam White?
I see you still remember me, even though we only met once. It's an honor to see you again, Mr. Sung.
Actually, Beru was the one who told me.
My king, that's Adam White. You mustn't get his name wrong this time. You must uphold your dignity as a king.
I thought the negotiations fell through.
I know that it's rude of me to show up without prior notice, but I have an urgent matter to discuss with you.
Is the United States having trouble with their S-rank gate too?
Ah, no, that's been dealt with already. Please take a look at this.
We've tried everything, but the fire is still raging.
This is no ordinary fire.
Hey, you there, get out of the way. Even a single spark will burn you to a crisp.
Jesus Christ, where's our backup? When are they getting here?
What is this video?
If you watch until the end, you'll see that the man who started the fire was Christopher Reed, one of the national level hunters. 1,800 firefighters and 14 of our highest-ranking mage-type hunters were mobilized to put out the fire.
The flames looked intense. There must have been some kind of conflict. Does that mean Christopher is...
Much to our disbelief, he'd already been killed when we found him. Also, this is the photo of the man whom the Federal Bureau of Hunters believe is the prime suspect. Huh?
Ah! If this is some kind of joke, you won't make it out of here alive.
Don't! Stand back. The man in the photo emerged from a dungeon, so he might not be the person you're thinking of.
Dungeon?
The mana waves he emitted were like those of a magic beast, and he also attacked one of our S-rank hunters out of nowhere. Do you remember the explosion that went off at Bureau's headquarters a few months ago? I'm talking about the incident that had the whole world talking.
Are you saying that was my father's doing?
He disappeared after knocking out our hunters, and since then, we've been searching for him behind closed doors, but we haven't been able to find any traces of him. It's as if he has vanished into thin air. I understand how you feel, Mr. Sung, but there's a reason why he's been pegged as the prime suspect. He ticks all the boxes.
And why did you show me this photo?
Because at the upcoming International Guild Conference, where representatives of all the major guilds from around the world will gather, the Federal Bureau of Hunters is planning to issue a red notice for this man. In other words, our investigation will no longer be carried out behind closed doors. Because this recent incident cost the US government a national-level hunter, they'll do whatever it takes to capture the culprit. We at the Federal Bureau would like to maintain a good relationship with you, Mr. Sung. That's why I came to give you a heads up before the investigation goes public. I'm sure you would have been shocked if your father's face had popped up during the conference.
My father, who went missing 10 years ago, returned as a magic beast.
Are you all right, sir?
I'm fine. I just feel a little weak. Did he use telekinesis? High-ranking mage hunters can only move objects at best, but he's on a totally different level. I thought only national level hunters could wield such powerful telekinesis. No, this man is the 6th national level hunter. I must inform the deputy director as soon as possible.
The International Guild Conference is an important event where representative guilds from each country are invited to discuss the current trends and future prospects of the hunter industry. A few days later, the Federal Bureau of Hunters released the list of invited guilds. An Ajin guild was selected to represent South Korea this year. Their participation made headlines both at home and abroad. Ajin's only top-ranking hunter was Sung Jinwoo, the guildmaster, so the Federal Bureau's decision to invite them was basically an official seal of approval. They had recognized that Sung Jinwoo alone was strong enough to rival all the other guilds with top-notch hunters. Everyone is talking about the fact that the Ajin Guild was invited to represent South Korea at this year's International Guild Conference instead of the Hunters Guild. As the Guild Master of the Hunters Guild, what are your thoughts on this matter, Mr. Choi?
The Federal Bureau of Hunters made the obvious choice.
You didn't simply understand their decision, but rather find it obvious?
Yes. I believe it was the obvious choice.
But isn't Ajin basically a one-person guild?
Yes, but in this case, that one person is Sung Jinwoo. If we define a guild member as someone who belongs to a guild and can be mobilized for battle, then Sung Jinwoo already has hundreds of guild members. As someone who has witnessed his capabilities firsthand on several different occasions, including during the Jeju Island incident, I believe the Ajin Guild would give any guild in the world a run for their money.
Still from the perspective of the Hunters Guild, who has represented Korea every year in the Guild Conference, I can't help but think that you aren't happy about this.
Of course I'm disappointed that our trip to the States fell through. I even had my passport renewed. But I feel more proud than disappointed. We now have a hunter who won't hesitate to take the front lines if we ever come face to face with a beast we can't handle. In fact, my guild members and I only made it back alive because of Sung Jinwoo's help. So I'm genuinely proud he was chosen as South Korea's representative.
Sir, we snagged the permit for the gate that spawned in Suseo this morning. It's an A-rank gate, but the mana levels aren't that high.
Nice work. Did the Ajin Guild apply for a permit this time, or did they pass up the opportunity again?
They didn't apply. They've been a little too quiet lately.
It's been 4 days since Sung Jinwoo got back from Japan, but that dungeon destroyer hasn't shown up at any gates yet. All the major guilds are celebrating. But I'm not like Baek Yeon-hoo from the White Tiger Guild, or Lim Tae-gyu from the Fiend Guild. After all, jumping for joy just because an apple fell from a tree makes us no different from monkeys.
But now that we don't have to compete with the Ajin Guild, our profits have increased by 40%.
I found another monkey.
Sorry?
Never mind. Does the association know anything? Before his rank re-evaluation, he used to clear 3 to 4 low-rank gates per day. And after becoming an S rank, he even raided gates that had spawned in other guilds' districts. Then, just recently, he flew to Japan to single-handedly shut down an S-rank dungeon break. It's strange that there's been no movement from him.
Someone from China requested information on Sung Jinwoo, sir.
Information? Like personal information?
No, nothing like that.
Then what?
They've requested official and public information such as his raid records and relevant news articles.
I see. Well, I'm sure China didn't expect us to give them access to a top-ranking hunter's personal information. But why are they showing a sudden interest in Sung Jinwoo? We've made it very clear to them that he's not willing to accept offers from other countries.
The request wasn't made by the Chinese government, sir. It was from an individual.
An individual?
It seems China's 7-star hunter, Liu Zhigang, has taken an interest in Sung Jinwoo.
China does not follow the world's standard ranking system, but rather uses their nation's own unique ranking system. 5 stars was the highest possible rank. However, just one person, Liu Zhigang, is known as a 7-star hunter, as an exception to the existing classification system. The Liu Jigang is interested in Sung Jinwoo?
Yes, sir. As you know, he fought one of the giant-type beasts. Perhaps that is why he has taken an interest in Sung Jinwoo, who killed the rest of the giants.
I suppose the strong recognize the strong. Deny his request, or just send him surface-level information.
Sung Jinwoo will be arriving tomorrow.
Already? Time sure flew by.
You called for me, sir?
Ooh, nice timing. There's something I need to tell you.
Yes, sir.
Let me get straight to the point. Don't mess with Sung Jinwoo. Mr. Hwang, I know what happened between Sung Jinwoo and your brother. I'm sure you have your suspicions, and you're curious to know exactly what went down.
But...
I don't recall giving you permission to speak.
Please just keep your mouth shut. Not many people can give a threatening warning to a high-ranking hunter. He sure is impressive. However, Hwang Dong-soo is just as obsessive as Thomas when it comes to hunting down his target.
Do not, under any circumstance, touch Sung Jinwoo. Go take a vacation at the guild resort while the conference is going on. So, will you do me this favor, Mr. Hwang?
Yes, sir.
Good. You may leave now.
Do you think he will listen?
No, he's not going to let go that easily. Keep a close eye on Mr. Hwang until Sung Jinwoo leaves the States, Laura.
Will he accept that?
Well, I'm sure he'd rather be a bit frustrated than dead.